So, welcome everybody on my boat on this lovely day. I see quite some nationalities here on the boat there. So how many of you understand English, please? Raise your hand. Okay, good. All of you. Okay. So we have a perfect tour. One language, I can give you the most information you can have on the tour. So my name is Alan. I'm going to be your guide for the next 30 to 35 minutes on the lovely canals of Bruges. So enjoy it. Here in front of us, we start with the symbol of Bruges. Is the Belfry Tower. It used to be a watchtower. It's 83 meters in height, 366 steps to the top. No elevator there. Maybe something to do after breakfast tomorrow. 45 bells hanging there with a total weight of 27 tons. Also, slowly the tower starts to lean over to the right. Maybe you can see it, but it's going steady every year a little bit more. So in 15 years from now, we're going to have the second Tower of Pisa on our hands. Another attraction for Bruges. So in the back you hear me well? Yes? So we have the French, the English, the Germans, the Spanish people, Roman, Vikings, they all passed Bruges. They all left a little souvenir on the way past Bruges. A little information on the canal. We have 60 kilometers inside of Bruges. We use 5 for the tour. Water is between 1 and 3 meters deep. Sweet water here, not salt. And there's plenty of fish. We have carp, eel, piranhas, all different kinds. So from those lovely bridges you see, we have 45 of those bridges in the old center, all connecting different parts together because we are built on water like Venice. But here we have nothing to do with the sea level. We work with lock houses, so that's why the level always stays the same. Right hand side, the house with the red windows and the red door is the Pelican House from 1634. Was given to the poor people by the rich at the time to live for free. Also those days all over Bruges we have tiny guts houses we still use for the poor and the lonely elderly. Right hand side the connection with Ghent by the water, 45 kilometers. In front of us appearing the beautiful little church of Sant'Anna, a Baroque-style church, well known for its beautiful interior. We have 9 churches at the old center with a population of 20,000 people. Also a little side information for the people who don't know where the Imperium started of McDonald's. It was also right here in Bruges that it all began. Actually right here on your left hand side, the white building we're going to pass. On top of the white building is where it all began. McDonald's from the 17th century. Here's the big building, Post University College of Europe. 1 year of specialization, 15,000 euros to get admitted here. It's here they form the future politicians and economists of Europe. And until now they didn't do such a perfect job. Summer the windows are open, so here's the staple house you see, typical for Bruges and also for the lowlands. Lowlands meaning the East and West Flanders and also Holland. For example, in Ghent and Amsterdam you also find those beautiful houses, and they are all built between 1600 and 1800. So here are the right beautiful examples. Here in front of us, if we go straight ahead, we come to the beach about 15 kilometers by the water. And the connection was made possible by the French at the time. They made the canal to the coastline. That's also the reason Bruges became a very well-known medieval harbor. So thanks to the French. One language I'm going to do a little deeper. So here on the corner, the house of 1764, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 houses in a row here. There's 4 generations and 4 different styles of houses you find all over Bruges. Also look at the blue and white label. That means the house is protected and has to stay original. So now that you know that, you're going to see that label quite a lot in the city. Also, the city of Bruges is completely under the protection of UNESCO. So we are World Heritage. Every year Bruges gets an amount of money to help renovate one of the major buildings. Beautiful tower you see there is part of the Porter's Loge. Porter's Loge was one of the first stock markets in Europe. It's there they decided on the prices of the merchandise coming into the old port and also the distribution all over Europe. You have to imagine in the old days it was completely packed here with boats constantly coming in and out the old ports. Small boats, the big business. Also in the medieval years, Bruges was the diamond trade center for Europe. In front of the building, you'll find also the statue of Jan van Eyck, who's one of our world famous Flemish primitive painters. Left-hand side, the house of 1675. There's people who bought the house now and have to completely renovate it in its original state. So lots of work to be done here. Still the same side, you see the renovated houses. Also the city of Bruges gives an amount of money to help put the buildings back in their original state. So the plan works. Still the same side on the corner, the white building there. You're going to see windows that are not actually windows. It's because in the old days you had to pay taxes for every window where the sunlight came in it. Unbelievable, but true. Also in Paris and London they use those taxes. In London they even had a nickname for it. They called it the daylight robbery. Right here the colors red and green are typical colors for Bruges. In the dark ages the red was actually real ox blood they used to paint the outside walls. The lovely dark ages, eh? Imagine the smell in the summertime. Here on your right, little tea house. In front of us, when we pass the 2 bridges, you're going to see appear the old Palace of Justice with the little red pigeon towers on top. Pigeons were very important in the old days to transfer information from one place to another. Those days it's the internet a lot faster and definitely a lot cleaner. The building those days is one as the City Hall of Bruges and is dated back to 1608. So now you have a good view of the little red pigeon towers there. Also, like I said before, in the way back you're going to have a better view on the imperialistic style of the fish market. On the left. So Napoleon had something with the Roman influences which you can see very clearly. Also today there's a little art exhibition going on there. Maybe there's some people who saw the movie in Bruges with Colin Farrell. We're going to pass the hotel where he jumped out of the window for one of the scenes. The movie was a big boost for the tourism in Bruges, but now it's time for a sequel. The hotel where the scene is taken is the oldest hotel in Bruges from 17th century, called the Burgundy Cross Hotel. It's the hotel with the woodwork there in front of us, beautiful building. us is the Holy Mary Church of Bruges, 122 meters in height and the second highest brick building in Europe. The highest one is in Germany. So while they were renovating the church, there was an art robbery going on in there. Lots of art disappeared, never to be found again. So probably it ended up in a private collection somewhere in the world. Still to be found inside the church is one of the masterpieces of Michelangelo, the Mother and Child in white marble. At the end of the street, you're gonna have a good moment for a picture, if you like. On top of the bridge here in front of us, you'll find also the beautiful entrance of the palace of the Brugge. The Brugge family was a very important family in the old days. They were running the city in those days. They were the big boss in town. Here appearing in front of us is the little Bonifacius Bridge of the 13th century. We also call it the Kissy Kissy Bridge. Millions of people have taken their picture there with their loved ones, and also people getting married on that bridge. So for the lovers on the boat, you know what to do after the tour. No pressure. The left-hand side, we're going to pass a little house with the woodwork here from the 17th century. Those days it's a cozy bed and breakfast with all authentic medieval furniture. We're going to pass the lowest bridge of Bruges, so please stay seated to take your pictures here, because it's here we lose about 10% of our clientele every year. Thank you very much. But everything you see on the right here is the convent, and it's like a little village inside of our city. It's completely on its own. So here the entrance on your right. In front of us appearing is the Lockhouse of Bruges. On the other side is the Lake of Love, and the water there is 1 meter higher than inside of Bruges. So if they open the gate there, we have quite a serious problem on our hands. So notice also the little bear again on top of the staples there. Lasting brewery of Bruges. It's called the House Moon Brewery. There's a beer museum inside and also a guided tour of 45 minutes with degustation. Something to do on a rainy moment. Also notice the ropes against the wall. It's to help grow the experimental hops that just planted a couple of weeks ago. So there's one that already start pushing. And if they are fully grown, you can smell the hops quite strongly. Makes you want to have a beer. Careful, back at the lowest bridge. Left hand side, the St. Savory Church, well known for its beautiful medieval tapestry there. front of us now at the bridge to the left-hand side, we're going to pass a little chapel there. There they took out the dead people from the hospital on boats. Those days they don't do that anymore because we need the boats now for the tourists. But seriously, in the medieval years, Bruges had the plague and they carried away the dead people on boats to avoid even more infections on the streets, and that's also the reason Bruges survived in the climate. So left-hand side, a little chapel with the wide door is where they took out the boat. Slowly now we come back to the Kissy Bridge. And on the left-hand side of the bridge you're going to find the smallest Gothic window of Bruges. It was a little window to spy on the boats coming in and also the people passing the bridge. You're going to see it appear now behind the trees on your left. You can see it now, eh? The cute little window. Also notice on your left-hand side the beautiful backside of the Holy Mary Church, beautiful building. So that little window is part of the Brugge Palace. It's been completely renovated now, and it's a museum where you can see how the people lived in the old days, all with authentic materials. Also look at the beautiful gargoyles on top, and also the watchtower there. So now, slowly, in a couple of moments on the right-hand side, we're going to pass the map of Bruges made out of replica lace as a tribute to the old export product. From the corner here in the metal frame, and you have to look carefully because it's almost transparent. Here on your right, and unbelievable but true, the map has been stolen twice already, so somewhere in the world they have it on their table now. So here in the back, on the right side, is the Groningen Museum. Is there you find the Flemish primitive painters I was talking to you about, and also some of Magritte. Magritte is also a world famous Belgian surrealist painter. You like your paintings? Very nice museum. So slowly now when we pass the trees on your right hand side, the yellow building you see there is Hotel de Tuileries. And what is special about this hotel is that all the little windows there are handmade out of Venetian crystal. So you see the purple glow in the windows, that's because of the crystals, and the waves in it is because they are handmade. 400 euros a night in this hotel, so you better look through those windows at night. So ladies and gentlemen, we are almost at the end of our lovely tour of the canals of Bruges. I hope you liked what you saw, and I hope you liked the explanation of your guide. That gave as much as possible. If you did like it, you can always leave a small tip on the way out of the boat. For the rest, I wish you all a very nice day in Bruges. Still lots of things to do and to see. The Christmas market is open. Enjoy it, and I thank you all very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you.